Welcome to our videos on advanced features of Google AdWords. In this video, we'll continue with our multivariate testing experiment. Okay, step 3 for setting up a multivariate experiment, and it says that for each section that you've tagged, that's what it calls the sections of the page that you've put the script around. You'll now create different variations of your content by clicking the Add New Variation link. Each new variation will use your original content as a base that you can edit. Okay, and actually, as a note, as you add more variations, the number of combinations will increase, which will lengthen the duration of your experiment. Essentially, the more different combinations you're testing, the more visitor numbers you need to get significant results. So if you don't get a huge amount of traffic, you'll need to let your tests run for a longer period. Okay, so there we go, headline test. You see that the text I added in the code of my document has automatically appeared in the account here. Okay, let's add new variation. Okay, variation name. What should we call it? Maximum of 25 characters, so we could call it something not very helpful, such as headline 2, or something more specific like, let's see if they accept this. How to headline. And add that. Okay, so there we go. There's our own reference for the new headline we're going to be testing with, and here's the code it's grabbed from the page itself. So we could just change this to whatever we wish. I've called it How to Headline, so let's call it, just for example's sake, How to Successfully Use Multivariate Testing. And save. Okay, scroll down, and there we go. So you can see here for our headline test we have the original, so we can click on the original. It keeps jumping back to the top of the page. If we scroll down, there's our original. And here are our other testing options, so we can click on that, and we can view and edit that text if we wish, so we can make more changes, and save those changes. Obviously, it's not suggested that you make changes to what you're testing in the middle of the test, because that would obviously skew the results. So if you do want to make changes, it's better if you don't change anything right now. It's better just to add more testing options if you want, but don't edit or delete existing testing options until the test has run its course or you're happy with the results you've gotten, until the results are statistically significant. So you can add more variations. Google suggests that you should be somewhat conservative. If this is your first experiment, we recommend that you limit your experiment to 2 to 3 variations per section. The reason is, if you think about it, let's say you have 3 sections of the page you're testing, and for each section you have 3 variations. How many different types of pages does that create? That creates 9 versions of the page in total. So if you get 1,000 visitors per week, those 1,000 visitors would have to be spread across 9 different versions of the page. Let's just quickly round up 9 versions of the page to 10. So you have 10 different versions of the page. So how many people are seeing each version? Just 100. So do work out on average how many people are seeing each variation. If, in your case, only 30 people are seeing them, that's not really statistically significant. You want to get at least 100 or even more, at least 100, so you have a good overview. Otherwise, results can be somewhat misleading if you don't let tests run for long enough. That said, you don't have to let them run indefinitely, just get a decent amount of feedback. Okay, let's do a preview, and you can open that in a new window.